And I realized that when I was talking with one of my friends who plays field hockey. And she said, Caleb, oh my God, I was at a game yesterday, and it was freezing. I couldn't take it. And I just looked at her like, freezing? Your game was freezing? Since when is there an A in freezing? What are you talking about? You just said freezing. Oh, it's just for the empathy. Okay. So I can only assume that athletes like yourself can't take this type of temperature. Is that right? I go to her game, so it's alright. Oh, by the way, speaking of field hockey, has anyone here ever been to a field hockey game before? The few. I will tell you why. It's because it is the most confusing sport in the world. Okay, there's like 111 rules. The whistle gets blown every 5 minutes, you know? And now you're probably thinking, well, Caleb, if, field hockey games are so confusing, why do you go to them? We all know why we go to sporting events, for 2 reasons and 2 reasons only. To support your team and to yell at the refs. Pretty straightforward. Because I'm that guy in the stands, whenever the ref makes a bad call, I'll look at him because field hockey, you don't get it. So I'll look at him straight in the face. Sir, what does that mean? Sir, I don't get it. Can you please explain? I don't understand. One time, the ref got pissed. Came up to me at halftime and said, dude, you need to cut it out or we're gonna kick you out. You better cut it out. Okay, I'm sorry, I'll stop. But sure enough, game starts back up, and there he goes, making a bad call. So there I am. Sir? He actually looks up at me this time. I respectfully disagree. I respectfully disagree. He just shook his head, continued reffing the game. I did get kicked out of a soccer game once, but here's why. The Burlington's goalie for soccer, he looked like he was 40 years old. Okay? He had a beard and the structure, he looked like a 40-year-old man. So me and my friend decided to haze the crap out of him. We're yelling at our guys, dude, you guys watch out for this 40-year-old goalie, he's really good. Guys, this 40-year-old goalie, he knows what he's doing, he's got experience. But then one of the Burlington fans came up to us, he was all pissed, came up and said, you guys need to cut it out, okay? He's one of the best on the team. He's gonna be famous one day. She thought that would shut us up, right? That just fueled the fire.
Dude, you only asked about like 8% like success rate when asking him out. But that's still something, that's still something. Eventually that thing will pay for itself. So you got a girlfriend, and for some reason the sex still fucking sucks. Because it gets boring, it gets old, and eventually you just start doing stuff, not because you want to do it, because it's the shit like at the bottom of the barrel, like the shit you didn't want to have to go to. You're like, I thought we were going to break up by now. I figured I would cheat on you, but then I just got lazy and just kept having sex with you. So we'll try this shit. Like, oh, let's have sex in the shower. Fuck that! I'm not having sex in the shower, and I'll tell you why. Because the girl always says, I'm going to be in the water, and you can like stand back in the steam, and it'll be fun. The steam is not fun. The steam is fucking freezing. I spend most of the time chattering my teeth, like my legs are wiggling, I'm delivering what can only be described as like shiver thrusts. It's just like pathetic. We have blue in the lips, and not to mention crack splash. If you guys don't know what crack splash is, if you have a chick bent over and you're in the shower, a little bit of water will pool up from the top of her butt crack, and then when you thrust forward, like this little mist of like ass water kind of comes up, hits you in the bottom of the chin, and that is the worst. It's like, it's not really that gross, but it just sucks. And it makes a noise, and the whole time you're getting the crack splash in the bottom of the chin, you're just leaning back, just thinking like, fuck, where is like Wrinkly Balls 46 right now? What I would give for my like vanilla scented Aveeno hand moisturizer, aloe extract, and Wrinkly Balls 46. That would be so much easier than all this shit. You don't have to cuddle with Wrinkly Balls 46. You don't have to be nice to him. You can even call him like, your balls are wrinkly, and they look like they're like 64 for Christ's sakes. 46, your balls suck. So what do you gotta do? You don't want a girlfriend, because that fucking sucks. Crack splash sucks. You don't want to deal with Wrinkly Balls 46, so you gotta go out and fuck a different chick every night. Every fucking night you gotta fuck a different chick. And that's hard as shit too. But I got this buddy, Tom Larowitz, and he gets laid every single night. And get this, he's kind of like short and chubby, and he's got like these beady little eyes. He just looks like he's gonna steal shit from you all the time. All the time. Just looks like he's gonna steal shit from you. You have to like know him a little while to get used to it. He wears a black beanie with a skull and crossbones on it and has a goatee. A goatee that I'm pretty sure he dyes. I'm pretty sure he dyes it, like he gives like his goatee blonde highlights. And he gets laid every night. So I went and asked him, how do you get laid every night? And he's like, Kyle, I'm gonna tell you how to get laid every night. First, you gotta go out and get a real nice briefcase, right? Then you ask the chick out to a bar. You go to the bar, you get a couple drinks, you start drinking them with her. Do not drink her drink. And I thought that was kind of weird. It's like, why don't you drink her drink? What's wrong with that? And so I asked him, why can't I drink her drink? And he says, well, you don't want to roofie yourself now, do you? So I think we've all learned a couple valuable lessons here tonight, both the men and the women. Men, it's better to just fucking jerk off with some old dude on the internet than get a girlfriend. And women, Tom Lerowitz is a rapist, so you guys are top performers. Thanks, guys.
He's going to Rolf to get his fix.
Yo, dog. You got any of the chronic?
You think just because I'm a jazz playing dog that I have drugs?
Yes.
And Big Bird's high as a kite.
Hi, kids. I see an imaginary elephant.
And then Cookie Monster is an addict. C is for cookie, and it's also for crack. Beaker's strung out and paranoid because he's done too many drugs. That's why he talks that way. And then there's the Swedish chef who's dropped so much acid that he can't feel his tongue anymore.
Acid, yum yum yum.
And then there's the Count, who's obviously a pimp. He's sitting there wearing a cape, a purple shirt, and bling. Going, two bitches, Well, my other favorite show growing up was Scooby-Doo, because the beauty of it was in its simplicity. You just knew that in every episode, you were going to hear Fred say, all right, gang, let's split up. You were going to hear Scooby say, Raggy. And you were going to hear Shaggy go, oink, zoink, Scoob, it was the creepy janitor. And it was always the creepy janitor. It was never the creepy escaped convict from the local maximum security prison. And when Shaggy and Scooby ran into the bad guy, they'd always spin their legs around in a circle and then run away at that point. I want to know two things. A, how do you spin your legs around like that in a circle? That's amazing flexibility. Where do you do yoga? And B, if there's some sort of otherworldly, maliciously intended paranormal being chasing after you, don't twiddle your legs.
What happened to you back there? I have a little bit of that. There's not really a spectrum, but the thing is that health insurance is really expensive and therapy is expensive, and so instead, in lieu of therapy, I've done what any self-respecting, upstanding, untreated, crazy person would do, and that is I've begun to collect cats. And here's my plan, this is my hope, is that once I have like 60, and I'm living in complete squalor, that reality TV show, Animal Hoarding, they're going to show up and they're going to help me turn my life around. Except it didn't work out very well for the guy with the rare lizard collection. They ate him. And let's actually just think for a minute about being eaten by your own lizards in your house and not being found for days. I wouldn't want that to happen with my cats. But cats are useful. I don't actually love my cats, but they're useful. They keep my lap warm in the winter, which keeps heating costs down. It's nice, right? And we don't actually have blankets in my house. And if you come to my house and you're a guest and you're cold, I'm not actually going to offer to turn the heat up, but I will say, oh, can I get you a nice kitty for your lap? Want some pussy? I wasn't going to say that. Don't tell my husband. I like to think of myself as sort of an entrepreneur, so I believe in multiple streams of revenue in Vermont. That has to be pretty much anything. So I recently rented my backyard to a three-legged dog. I put an ad in the paper, he answered. He just, thank you so much. He just, the laugher. He just wants this place where he can feel like himself. He didn't choose to be three-legged, you know. He's out in the streets getting bullied. Okay, I'll cross that one out. Okay. All right, so we have some kids, and basically, I just want to tell you that Germans make fucked up toys. Sinister toys. There's the set that I recently saw. It's for 3-year-olds. It's the Jewel Thief set. You know, so that you can teach a 3-year-old how to steal
I was watching
shit.
City Markup myself just a few weeks ago and getting a banana, as well as a few other things. The member worker there at the end of the aisle who was going to ask me about paper or plastic says, "Banana, that's not local." And I said, "Yeah, I live in the tundra. I like potassium." So, anyway, that's that. I was up in Glover, Vermont. At something called Brementown, which is there on Square Road. No one's square on Square Road. And up there, it was an activity or an event where all the contraptions were made out of wood and they were human powered and everybody was wearing dark black. It was like Radio Beat on steroids. Dog chains and just really intense. And I'm sitting by the fire and I'm a little red in the eyes. Having a good time, and just minding my own business, sitting with my friend, local artist here in town, and the next thing I know, whoa! I'm knocked back, and I've never been knocked back with such force in my life, and my friend starts laughing uncontrollably, and I thought, bitch. I didn't have the words to say that. I don't like saying that very often, but that's what I was thinking, you bitch. Because here I was in shock. I'd been body slammed, and she was laughing. Later she said this is how she deals with stress. And I said, oh, I thought I was dying. Anyway, I don't think I'll be going back to Brementown. So, funny story, I was in Florida years ago. We moved from South Africa when I was 5 years old to Cincinnati. Yeah, that sucks. So, South Africa to Cincinnati sucks. So anyway, I'm in Florida, and my mom and dad are smiling one day, and I'm saying, this is early in the morning, and I said, what are you smiling about? Or what were you smiling about that morning? And they said, well, in the morning when you woke up, when we woke up, we saw that you had a morning erection, and it was just so amazing, and I was so embarrassed. But then I suppose I was, what is it? Validity? Validated. Thank you. It was validated. But yes, maybe I do have a big penis. Not that it really matters, because like someone said earlier, it's a motion in the ocean. Let's see here. Is there anything else I want to say? Because I really didn't plan on coming. The real Beth, she told me she was coming. She's really great. I love her, so I thought I'd come and say hi. I suppose I'll end with this. When I was about 16, 17 years old, I was working in a restaurant, bussing, and I went out to the big convo with these guys from the urban part of town, and they were rolling blunts, and I'd never seen anybody roll blunts before, and they were all black and I'm white, and it was pretty amazing. Their lips were so big, and they could do some shit really quickly. And anyway, I go back into the restaurant, and I'm walking through the back of the house to the front of the house, because I'm a front of the house kind of guy, and anyway, the one guy says, do you know the devil's son's name? And I said, no. He said, Damien. I was like, oh, okay. Go into the restaurant, bump into a guy, he drops the cigarettes. I'm like, here you go, sir. He's like, oh, thank you. I was like, oh, you're from France. He's like, yeah. I was like, what's your name? He's like, Damien. I'm like, wow, that's intense. I'm 16. I just went, anyway. So he invites me to his wife's house and his house, and about a half mile on the road. I go there. And the next thing I know, I'm going on a golf cart through the woods on a path that he's created. And there's a fire pit. We get to this little shack. He calls it his roots bar. And I thought there were going to be like plants everywhere. But actually what it was a bunch of red striped beers at the top. And he gave me a Sharpie and he said, here, welcome to my roots bar. And I signed on the side my name. And it was just amazing. That was many, many brain cells ago.